you, Aletha, and thank you, everybody. Aletha, thank you for this honor, very much so. I would also like to thank some of the people that aren't here today that took those long, early morning rides from Wichita to Topeka so we could be there for 8 a.m. hearings. Melissa, David, Charles, a few come to mind. And sometimes on those rides, we came home like a helium balloon, like it was an exercise in futility. So to see this happen today, this come to fruition is just so much to so many in this state, just warms my heart beyond words. I'd also like to thank Senator Peterson for holding hearings this year so graciously and giving us all a platform to present this on. Without him, I don't think we would, like Lieutenant Pascadillo said, we would be here today. You know, in my work in the field of substance use and behavioral health disorders, we often say that it's a process, not an event. Well, I found out that may be a little more true even in legislation, okay? As I observed the commitment, the dedication, the persistence, and the ultimate perseverance that Aletha Pascadillo, Gail Penny, and the other legislators had here today, and I honor that all the way. So to ultimately make this bill, turn this bill into law. So as Aletha referred to, I'm sorry, I kind of go first person here, but referred to in 2020, before the pandemic hit, I was reviewing my testimony and realized it had been 2008 when we started on this amazing journey. And at that time, the obstacle really seemed to be that everybody felt this was just those people in the criminal justice system, and Peter Neymar represents them. That's one of the things going on here, and that wasn't true. What we found, thanks to the wonderful work of Pilar Pedrosa in Channel 10 and others, was that there were over 200,000 Kansans that were impacted in this by this bill, and really the crime that was involved was the crime of poverty.
Yeah.
And see, these people, they had these suspended driver's licenses, and to have, you know, they couldn't get an opportunity to pay off these large sums of their fines. So this was, in recent years, we also seen where this put many people in the unenviable position over the years of choosing between, you know, putting bread on the table for their families or breaking the law. And I've had legislators tell me, Peter, you know they pull up in your parking lot without a driver's license, and I've said in response, what would you do, with all due respect, if you were a 26-year-old female that had 3 hungry children to feed and no opportunity to do that other than to do that? So ultimately what happened with these cases is it would just add to their fines, court costs, and almost ensured in some cases that the municipalities weren't going to get their money either, because the fines weren't worth paying, because they never had the feeling like they were going to get there with that. And this isn't even to mention all the untold costs on all Kansans paying liability costs of uninsured motorists driving on suspended licenses. So thanks to this bill and law, they will now be able to pay on their fines while they provide proof of insurance and registration to drive legally, which in effect allows them to become law-abiding, tax-paying, productive citizens of our state. And instead of having to pay these large fines all off at once. And you know the number one thing this bill does is it provides hope. Hope that they're going to be able to do that. And give you a quick example of that. My therapist, my hairdresser was cutting my hair last night. Yeah, we all got one of those, okay? And I started telling her about it. She goes, oh my God, you're kidding. She goes, oh my daughter, you won't even know, oh my son-in-law. So she started going on. You do not know what kind of problems this has created for our family over how many years. We never had the hope that this could be resolved. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. The mission starts here. We have got to educate Kansans, especially rural communities all across the state, that they can now pay on their drivers, pay on those bills, pay on their bills, get legal, and stay legal, and become productive citizens for this state. So last thing I want to do, and it's such a great honor to do this, not only to recognize Governor Kelly and be on the same stage with her, but and thank her for being here today, but to recognize the fact that over the years, many years, that me and many others went to Topeka with social justice and criminal justice issues. She always found time for us. And I never forgot that, and we appreciate you today for the same thing. Thank you all.
Wow, look at that excitement. See what Senate Bill 127 is doing for us.